What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the podcast. I'm Mike,
And I'm Duran.
and we like to get right into it. So, Duran, before we forget, can you share a pivotal moment in your relationship that helped strengthen? We getting deep because the people want to get to know you.
You know I'm a reserved man.
Yeah.
Is the best way to put it.
Yeah.
So the answers I'm about to give is about to be as cryptic as possible.
Okay.
You didn't say when.
No.
In my
It could be
relationship, was
anytime.
this a pivotal point?
It's just a pivotal point that strengthened your relationship.
I just had a particular incident, not recently, where I had to make a decision in my life to continue to pursue somebody or to try to move on. And I opted to do both at first. After failing horribly, I licked my wounds and decided to bow out gracefully. But after doing so, I had an opportunity to show that I was committed to change and willing to move forward with the opportunity that was before me.
So you're trying to have your cake and eat it too.
But I was essentially confused.
You was being pulled in two directions.
I was trying to make something, do something that I wanted, and it didn't go how I thought it would go. So it's something that oftentimes when I get down on myself, I reflect on it because I'm hard on myself about every single thing. I'm so meticulous. It could be the smallest thing, and I'm instantly taking it to the highest degree possible. And so failing in that attempt to me was just beyond the worst thing that could ever happen to me. And then having to just bow out like that was just so out of character. So to have an opportunity to show that I was willing to move forward and do something that was right was, I wouldn't say a turn of luck. I would just say it's just how my life is. I have those moments. I don't have those pivotal moments like that where I fall out, but I do have those moments where I'm down bad.
Yeah.
That's my answer to that question.
For me, or at least for me and my wife, the biggest pivotal moment for me was when I really knew that I wanted to marry her. Like we had the conversations, we had everything like that before, but like it wasn't like I knew like she had potential. Everything that I wanted, she was starting to check off all of these boxes, right? But I had a family member who was unexpectedly pregnant, and not to get too political, but I didn't want her to have an abortion. All of her friends were saying, "Yeah, you need to have one," and I talked to her, and I was like, "Look, how about we do this? You go through this, you had a baby. I'll come down there towards when that's about to happen. If you got this baby in your hands and you're like, I'm not ready for this, I can't do this right now, then I'll bring the baby back with me. I'll take care of the baby." And I was young, like I was 19, 20 at the time. So I'm like, I'll take care of the baby. And then if you realize like 6 months down the line, a year down the line, like, hey, I made a really big mistake and I really need my baby back. Like, I know it wouldn't be hard, it wouldn't be easy to give the baby back up, but like the point of this was for mentally for you to be in the right space, but also for my niece or nephew to be here. And so me and Brittany had those conversations beforehand, but we both knew we weren't ready to have a kid right then and there. So I went to her and I gave her an out. And I was like, hey, this is what's going on. My family member has told me that they're not going to have this baby, or they're going to have the baby, and uh, we're going to go through with kind of what the plan is of me bringing the baby back, kind of getting their stuff together before they come back for their child. And I was like, I know you don't want kids right now, so here's your chance to, head out if you want to. I won't be upset. Like, I completely understand. And she looked at me and she was like, nah, it's ride or die. Like, I'm with you to the end. I understand why you're doing it. It's not like you out here having babies with somebody else. Like, I get it. I believe in why you're doing it. So if you come back with a baby, we're gonna be raising a baby. And I looked at her and I was just like, yeah, I'm gonna marry you. I'm gonna marry you. And I'm pretty sure I married her in less than a year after that too. Uh,
I was there.
you were, but that was like the most pivotal for me, the most pivotal moment in our relationship because I felt like she she stepped up when she didn't have to. And ultimately, we never actually ended up having to get the baby. Uh, so it wasn't needed. It wasn't something that she had to act on, but we had planned. We had prepared. We had mentally gotten ready for the fact that we could be parents for a short period or forever um, to this baby. So, yeah, it showed me a different side. It showed me that she's down the ride. She's always going to stand with me, and to this day, she has. Any other pivotal moments that you can think of?
Uh, I mean, besides my kids being born, nothing comes to mind because we was already locked in. But childbirth is all something that's amazing, something that is shared between two different people. So that was a happy moment.
Yeah,
What about you?
that I mean, childbirth of my both of my kids will be those next pivotal moments for me. Um, Not just the birthing experience, but the after experience. Um, with especially with our second daughter, because my wife was pretty much stuck in her hospital bed and couldn't even sit up. We were sitting in a dark room. The only light we had were from the TV. Um, and so, like, she couldn't hold our baby. She couldn't change a diaper. She couldn't do nothing. So for the first few days, like, I was 100% up. I probably slept maybe 3 hours in the first 2 days just because of we didn't want the nurse to have to take care of her. Like, we were very proud parents. We didn't want the nurse to have to step in and take care of them or take care of her. Uh, and at one point, like, I was like, look, we got to let the nurse take her because I need to go home. I stink. I need to shower. And you can't do nothing right now. So I said, I'll be gone 1, maybe 2 hours max. I'm going to go shower. Then I'm going to come straight back here. I ended up being gone a little bit longer because I went and got Bree so she could meet her sister. But yeah, that was another pivotal moment because she was just at a point where she couldn't do nothing. This woman who had been so physically and mentally strong, like, was at a point where she couldn't sit up. It was breaking her down because she wanted to be a mother to this newborn baby, um, and she couldn't. And I had to sit there and watch it because as men, we're problem solvers, so we want to fix the problem. And there was no way I could fix it. There was nothing I could do other than, like, hey, she's still dealing with this. We need to figure something out. Like, what's going on?
That's a magical moment. Childbirth is not easy, and being in that, I couldn't imagine. We didn't have that, so I just, man, that's
Yeah.
crazy.
I mean, I'm. It's it's the second worst pain in the world. So it's not easy at all.
Wish I had more pivotal moments to share, but right now, I guess I can't say if it's a good thing or a bad thing that I don't have those moments. So, to many more moments to happen, we will definitely be including those in previous or future episodes.
It's just hard because, you know, we're limited in what, I won't say we're limited in what we can say, but like, you don't want to put out there like the arguments that were pivotal because we've definitely had some arguments where the argument started with pride, and we're like, this is my point of view and you're not seeing it. And she's saying the same thing. And then eventually, towards the end, we'll sit there in anger and silence for a bit and then realize, like, thinking it over, dang, I'm starting to understand her side of view or her point of view some. And then next thing you know, you're like having an actual conversation after all the emotions are out and the common sense kicks in. So there's been plenty of those. I ain't perfect. I know I do some things that egg her on, not on purpose, but it's just who I am.
It's marriage life. In marriage life, you do some things that you're not proud of. So,
there was one other pivotal moment I want to talk about. The first time I had to tell my daughter to shut up, it strengthened our whole family's relationship. We were out at Applebee's and we were being served, and the waitress was a little bit on the bigger side, like 6'2", at least 350. Like she was pretty big. And when she dropped off food, my oldest daughter looked at her. We were not expecting it. We were in the middle of a conversation, and she goes, "Whoa, she's big!" And the lady was still right there by us. So we're like, "Shut up!"
Yo, I would have told my kids to shut up too. You know what? That just happened. Something like that happened. But I'm gonna let you finish your story.
No, that's it. That's it. I told her shut up, and then I apologized afterwards because I don't really tell them shut up. But then we explained it to her why she can't say that.
My kid straight up said that somebody was big, and then go sit here and say, "I don't want them to break my back." And so I wasn't there when he said it, but they told me. And as soon as they told me, I called him in there and I slapped him like, you know how people like, I challenge you to a duel.
Yeah.
I slapped him. Like, you don't say stuff like that. You know better. And in my mind, I was like, yeah, he his daddy's son. Don't say stuff like that.
Right. Do as I say, not as I do.
Be better than me. Your daddy got a problem.
With you having boys, have you had any of those like pivotal conversations with them yet?
No, but I have to constantly tell him who he is. Let him know it's okay to be him and not the him that the world wants him to be.
Yeah.
So the him the world wants him to be is to be free and do whatever comes to you. You know, do something crazy and your daddy gonna put his foot up your behind. Yeah. You be you. If you like to play with Mega Man and you like to do this, then do that. Don't let nobody tell you can't do that. Or if you like, if you like green, then you like green. So it's a lot of things that I have to tell them, and I'm beyond active in my son's lives.
All right. Well, on that note, y'all let us know what pivotal conversations or pivotal moments have happened with y'all in y'all life. Like, comment, subscribe before we forget the podcast. And we out.
Peace.